Back on the newsfeed PM. Thanks for staying on. Despite the ANC securing only 8 out of 42 seats in the Western Cape Provincial Parliament, the party believes it can win back the province during next year's local government elections. Vaylen Kirtley spoke to the leader of the opposition in the provincial legislature, Khalid Sayed, ahead of the start of a 2-day strategic workshop.
In the last elections here in the Western Cape province, support for the ANC diminished even further than the decline seen in the previous 3 election cycle to just under 20%. They are trying to arrest that decline when the next election cycle, as we're currently in the next election cycle, and when the next elections do roll around. Leader of the opposition in the Western Cape legislature, Khalid Sayed, joins us now. A very good afternoon. Thanks for chatting to Newzroom Afrika. I suppose one of the key important things would be a meeting like you guys are having today. What are going to be the key areas that you'll be discussing?
Thank you very much for having us. It's firstly very important that the public, not only the public of the Western Cape, but the people of South Africa know that as the official opposition, our opposition strategy is well thought out. We are speaking to the public now. So I think amongst the key aspects, I think this particular strategy session happens within the backdrop of us just having concluded the 2024 general elections. This is not only a year plan, this is a plan to take us to 2029. So we want to be an effective opposition, a robust opposition, an opposition that understands that in the Western Cape currently still, we've got a tale of 2 cities. A Western Cape for the privileged, for the elite, whom the DA supports, and DA further entrenches that with things like spatial apartheid, and a Western Cape for the vulnerable, which are the majority in the Western Cape. But through our effective opposition strategy, the objective is to ensure that in 2029, the DA are out of power in the Western Cape. We are governing in the Western Cape. This also falls within a context of a 2026 local government elections happening next year. So the work we do as an opposition, the kind of strategic outlook, the kind of issues we are going to take up is also going to speak to supporting the local government election strategy, but also to say, and you may have seen now, our former Premier Ambassador Rasool is here, who's a former ambassador to the US. We also understand that our opposition work now, more than ever, takes place within a changing geopolitical context. So we're also going to be speaking to how are we going to navigate as an opposition here in the Western Cape, where we have a democratic alliance that's part of a GNU nationally, but undermines national government foreign policy most of the time. How do we navigate through that here in our opposition role? And also obviously within a GNU context.
There's 2 things. You've mentioned being an effective opposition and then wanting to wrest back power here in the Western Cape. So what actually is the main goal of the ANC? One would say that the low-hanging fruit would be an effective opposition, just considering the kind of decline that you've experienced.
Most certainly for now it's an effective opposition because residents voted for us to be an opposition. We are the majority opposition party in the Western Cape. We've got another 7 opposition parties with us in the lead for the first time in the history of the province. There are so many opposition parties. It's also to galvanize those parties around a common vision, to ensuring that as an opposition we ensure that notwithstanding the DA's ideological posture, notwithstanding where we disagree with provincial government, to ensure that services are brought to our people, that the correct policies are implemented.
Speaking to us at the 2-day strategic session that the ANC in the Western Cape is having here in the city of Cape Town to try and chart their path forward, not only to be an effective opposition in the short term, but to win back the province in the next national elections. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Vaylen Kirtley.